Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from Nathaniel School of Music. In this lesson, we are going to learn something really simple subdivisions, but accessing those subdivisions that matter, that add groove and flavor to the music in one hand, while maintaining something more consistent in the other hand, as you kind of maybe have figured out in the intro performance. So, we'll just take a simple chord, maybe E major. This is E major, by the way, E, G sharp, B, and upstairs we'll start with just a single E, which is the root, and we are going to look at first of all how we can divide the beat, then how we can access the subdivisions of the music after dividing it, and then we'll play around with a lot of melodic and harmonic things on the piano. We'll keep that very free flowing, so I'll just wing it, so to speak. However, there'll be a lot to understand harmonically to interact with the two hands, so it's almost a lesson where we are trying to emulate instruments like, or stringed instruments like the fingerstyle guitar or the banjo even. Okay, so get your pianos out. There's going to be a lot to work on. Maybe even get your books out, and if possible you could pause the video and head over to our Patreon. You'll have a link in the description where you'll get a study guide with notated exercises and everything to help you learn this lesson even after watching this video. So that's about it. And this is the Nathaniel School of Music YouTube channel, so what it needs is you to hit that subscribe, like, share, any button that you find there that you enjoy touching, touch it. Okay, cool. And now over to the lesson. Let's get cracking. So let's find the E major chord in the left hand. Here you go. And the first arpeggio pattern to deal with is low, high, middle, high. Low note is E, high B, middle G sharp B. And then you roll with a minimum speed of quavers or eighth notes. 1 and 2 and this is our left hand engine. What we do in our right hand is to access the subdivisions that might occur within these quavers. So what would that be? Semiquavers. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is dividing the beat by 2, while 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a basically begs to ask the question what to do in between. So what to do at the E's? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E up. So let's first target just the E's and the U's in the right hand with the single E. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. And you want to keep your hands flowing such that they almost serve as one hand. So I'm playing them close to each other. 1, 2E, 3E, 1E, 2E, 3E. Okay? What about the R's? All with the single E with my thumb. I'd also encourage you to maybe use this as a pattern and maybe hum a melody line alongside this. Of course, we'll change some chords along the way. Goes on. So that's all that happened. It became so much more groovier, if you ask me, from here to that and all you need is 1 out of the 5 fingers in the right hand. So if you do it with your thumb, a very interesting folk rhythm. Or maybe you could do both the E's and the R's. Drop it down to maybe a major 7th, flat 7, major 6. Another thing I like to do is maybe access different time fields. So if you're going here in the as quavers in the right hand, maybe you could consider ta 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 ta. What's that? That's basically triplets. So you don't have to hit all the triplets because that'll align here. So this is all 3. Maybe that. Another thing I like to do is maybe change the time feel itself. So maybe in the left hand, simple way to change the time feel is just simple swing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Swing basically will leave out the middle subdivision 1 and a 2 and a 3. So you're in your right hand, in your left hand you're doing 1. Where's the and? And, right? Just roll with that in the right hand. That could be the first exercise, just play the E major scale on those hit points. You observe I'm even pivoting my 3rd and my 5th in the left hand and floating around my pinky to play notes of the E major scale in and around here, and also trying my best to create a melody on those hit points. In this case, the 1 and 2 and 3 of the triplet. While if I go back to semiquavers and maybe pick the R's, sounds quite cool. Sounds like a melody also, come to think of it. So to add more flavor to this, perhaps you could play thirds in the left hand, diatonic thirds. Like I said, the harmony and the melody is up to you. You can just float around. Keep one note anchored. Sounds very nice. All thirds, diatonic thirds. So in the E major scale, diatonic thirds are E G sharp, F sharp A, G sharp B, A C sharp, B D sharp, C sharp E, D sharp F sharp, E major. Okay, let's get back to the drill with some thirds. Float the thirds. All you need is E, come to think of it. Or toggle. So thirds in the left hand, and on the hit points, I'm trying to create a melody. let's head over to the triplet world. All and so the whole idea is to practice those in between subdivision hit points in the right hand. In this case, a constant left hand arpeggio pattern, which in this case is L H M H, low high middle high, low high middle high, and so on. Okay, so I hope you found the exercise useful or the practice methodology useful. We've done a lot of other lessons on folk music as well as floating thirds, floating fifths, keeping one thing as an anchor and then moving this around. It's just a style which I personally find useful to my for my compositions and so on. So do check out some of those lessons. We leave you a link in the description, and you'll also get a Patreon study guide which is very exhaustive. It will teach you all of this really well. And for any of the other practice tools, do head over to our apps repository, which has a lot of the practice tools for chords, inversions, rhythm, notation, and obviously ear training, which we tend to do a lot on our channel. Okay, and if you'd like to learn a course at Nathaniel School of Music, do consider a semester. You can do our flagship course, Music Method, live with online lessons, or you can come over to one of our Bangalore centers if you are from Bangalore. You can also, if time zones don't match or if your schedule is very busy, you can consider self-paced learning, where we have our Everything for Life bundle for you to consider. Okay, thanks a ton for watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.